Hey everyone, we're here with Manfred, who's part of the dev div at Microsoft as part of the vibrant ecosystem here. And we're going to ask him some questions and we're going to do a really fascinating interview with him about being a Java champion and his role at Microsoft. So the first thing I would like to ask Manfred, tell us a little bit about how you got into your career, a little bit about yourself. And then we can discuss around you being a Java champion.
Okay. Well, my career actually started at the university. Back in the day when Java was barely starting, I saw that language as an opportunity target. And I pitched it at my professor that I was working for to do some Java stuff with mathematics, believe it or not. And that's how I actually got started, and that was all the way back in early '96. So not quite at the beginning of Java, but almost.
And tell us when you finished your studies, a little bit about your career, and how did you get started as a Java developer?
Well, the university was the start. Then I actually moved over to the US because I got married, and from there on I ended up at obviously multiple companies that were doing Java. I've done the broad spectrum from Java to Spring, with all kinds of opportunities in between. I did a lot of contracting in my days.
Okay, great. And the Java Championship, when were you awarded it? And tell us a little bit about the being a Java champion.
I was actually awarded it at the onset of the program. So I actually am lucky. I can call myself a founding Java champion, which is, there's not that many of them. The reason why I got it back in the day is because I spent a lot of time localizing NetBeans at the time, and I localized it towards Dutch. Unfortunately, in the end, it didn't really matter too much because the Dutch folks still wanted to use it in English, so I kind of fell by the wayside. But that's the reason why it was awarded, because back in the day they were just looking at how can we get Java more highlighted and how can we highlight community involvement. So yeah, I'm still enjoying using NetBeans because it's been a long road, but it's still there.
Tell me a little bit about, and we had a brief discussion before this, and you have one of the most fascinating roles at Microsoft. And I mentioned the word helmsman and pilot, and you really have an overview of some of the real ecosystem at Microsoft. Tell us a little bit about your role currently at Microsoft, and then also future plans around where you would like and initiatives that you have.
Okay, so as stated before, I'm part of the DevDiv customer engagement team. So DevDiv is our tooling division, where we actually deliver the tooling for all the tools that are Java-based. As part of the team that I'm at, we actually directly engage with the customer, and then you get feedback directly. So the feedback loop from the customer could be, well, this doesn't work properly. So it's an interesting, different way of approaching things, because most times, as engineers, you're kept away from the customer. So you don't get that unsalted, feedback. Now you just get, here you go, this is what is missing. And, then we go back to our product groups and say, hey, guys, this is what we're getting from the customers. Have you considered this? And, so hopefully we can steer, the organizations in the right way. Obviously, sometimes it takes a little bit longer because product lines are obviously, determined a little bit ahead of time. But, in essence, we're trying to move the needle towards what Java customers expect, because, Microsoft is learning, and, that was also what kind of pulled me towards this particular job, because I wanted to stay engaged with the customer, because over the years I worked at various companies, and sometimes you get too far away from the customer, and then you don't realize that you're not actually delivering what they need. So that's the job that I have at Microsoft, and I hope to be in this job for a long time, because it helps you to stay sharp with regards to what you can do and what your customer can do.
It's so fascinating, and I'm so glad that we've discussed your role at Microsoft. It sounds really like we have such a good connection between our customers, our engineering teams. We've done interviews already around our engineering teams, around the JDK product teams, and your helmsman guarding the product teams into the the awesomeness that is a vibrant ecosystem. Tell us, without telling too many secrets, what are your plans for the future, and what can you give some insights into, without telling all of the new releases? What kind of new news or features would you like to discuss, or initiatives with your audience?
Well, recently I've been very involved with our Spring integration team, where we're delivering a lot more Spring Boot starters around our services, so we can help our customers, integrate in a Spring way of things instead of them having to do the integration themselves. I hope to continue there. Obviously, on the Java EE/Jakarta EE side, there's work to be done as well. I hope, to be involved in shaping that direction as well. And on the larger front, on the JDK side, I love to see all the work that is being done, by our JDK team, and helping out that ecosystem as well. It's amazing to see. If years ago, people would have said Microsoft is going to enter the Java market again, people probably would have said that's not going to happen. Well, it is there, and right.
Thank you so much. I've even used some of your Spring starters. I found them absolutely fascinating and really impressive to help in the start of the development. Manfred, thank you so much for today. It's been a real eye-opener. We look forward to hearing from you and on the social platforms. Thanks today, and well done for being awarded the Java Championship. And we'll look forward to you seeing you on the social platforms. Thanks, Manfred.
No problem. Thank you.